Hi there and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we're diving into a topic that is shrouded in myths and misunderstandings, and that is masturbation. So I'm your host, Helen Birch, a sex educator and sexual freedom coach, and in today's episode we are going to explore masturbation, the pros and cons of masturbation, debunk some common myths and shed some light on its importance in sexual well-being. The benefits of masturbation. Masturbation isn't just a taboo topic, it is natural and a healthy aspect of human sexuality. Countless individuals report experiencing improved mood, better sleep, and increased focus after a solo session. But why is that? So, when you masturbate, you release a cascade of feel good hormones: dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, and endorphins. It's the ultimate form of self care and self exploration. Masturbation not only brings pleasure but also helps individuals become familiar with their bodies, leading to better communication with partners and reduce stress and intimacy. That self-touch also allows you to familiarise yourself with what gives you pleasure, so that you can then communicate that with your partner. It also allows some people to reduce the stress of intimacy and even to reduce that performance pressure. So let's look at debunking some of those common myths. So there are lots of myths surrounding masturbation and I hear them every day. So the biggest one that I hear is myth number one, which is masturbation causes blindness and hairy palms. So this is a huge myth that masturbation causes blindness and the hairy palms, and it's simply not true. So in fact, over 90% of the population masturbates, and last time I checked, we don't see a lot of people blind or with hairy palms walking around. So a lot of this myth comes from guilt and shame that is attached to sex and masturbation as a child or in society or as a religious belief. And while I'm not here to judge anyone's religious convictions, these myths are just not true. The next thing is something that I hear all the time and I get messages about all the time. And they basically say, I masturbate every day. Am I going to remove my ability to have a normal sex life? So let's get myth number two. Masturbation leads to erectile dysfunction. So this is a big myth that I get asked a lot, and actually masturbation doesn't cause erectile dysfunction. In fact, it's quite the opposite. Masturbation strengthens pelvic floor muscles, crucial for orgasm and sexual pleasure. So when you're actively exercising these muscles, then you will probably have better, stronger orgasms and then a better sex life. However, there are 2 points to this. So number one is that excessive pornography consumption can desensitize individuals, leading to performance anxiety and in some cases erectile dysfunction. So porn is everywhere, and watching porn can actually desensitize a person to normal, real-life sexual stimulation. That leads to unrealistic assumptions of what sexual encounters should look like and how a human should respond. This also leads to a significant pressure to perform, which can then lead to that erectile dysfunction. And then while young patients have performance anxiety and they have this idea about how they think they should be performing and how their partner should be responding, the stress of this performance is then leading to poor versions on how to actually have sex, which then compounds that performance anxiety. And you just keep going round and round. So you're able to masturbate and give yourself an erection, but then when you are with someone, you then have that confidence that you can get that erection for real. So masturbating, having that erection gives you the confidence to know that you can then do that with a real person. It means that you become comfortable and have confidence in knowing what you are capable of. Okay, the second point is that if you experience guilt from masturbation because of personal beliefs, then this can be really detrimental to sexual function, and it can also lead to depression and anxiety. And it's totally okay to abstain from masturbation if that is something that you want to work through. If you need to deal with that guilt and shame, then that is fine. But just remember that it is okay to touch yourself without the guilt associated with masturbation. Myth number 3: masturbation reduces sensitivity. So, masturbating too much does not reduce sensitivity. While certain habits or techniques can affect sensation, moderate masturbation doesn't lead to reduced sensitivity. It's essential to be mindful of how you masturbate and vary your techniques. So, there are a couple of things that can happen if you are masturbating in the same way, in the normal way, whether you use a device or a certain motion or a certain position, then your body actually becomes habituated and you get into the habit of feeling that particular sensation, and then your body thinks that you are only able to orgasm or masturbate in that certain sensation and that certain position. So this can actually make, when you try a different position, harder. So then it can make it harder for you to orgasm. So it is important to use similar techniques to what you would do in a sexual encounter, or you can kind of use less pressure, less vibration, if that is something that you feel more in intercourse. So for example, in intercourse, there's going to be a less tight grip as there would be with your hands. So maybe start practicing masturbating with a much more gentler, softer grip. And sometimes if you use a significant amount of pressure, stroking or holding the penis in one way or the other way, then this can affect the sensation of the penis. Or for example, if you've got a clitoris, then you need to be careful, making sure that you are varying the direction. So making sure that you're doing up down strokes, round and round strokes, and using a kind of gentler touch, which would be similar to what you would feel in penetration or oral sex. Okay, myth number 4: can you masturbate too much? So this is not true for the large majority of people. Even if you're masturbating for pleasure or stress relief or enjoyment, then that is totally okay. It becomes a problem if it starts to interfere with your daily life. So if you find that you are having strong compulsions or skipping being intimate with your partner to masturbate instead, then this is a sign that you may be masturbating too frequently. However, interestingly, although in some men, chronic pain or a particular pain will actually be recommended as a course of treatment to masturbate more, and they are recommended to do this a couple of times a week, as this will help with that stress relief, and it will also help to loosen any pelvic tightness that can cause erection problems or pelvic pain. So I just want to talk a little bit now about healthy masturbation habits. So masturbation is normal and healthy, serving as that stress relief mechanism for many, many individuals. But just remember that it becomes problematic when it interferes with that daily life or intimacy with your partner. And this leads me on to masturbation and relationships. So, contrary to popular belief, masturbation does not indicate a bad relationship. So many couples masturbate separately or together, called mutual masturbation, embracing their sexual experiences. And it's a common practice that dates back centuries, proving its significance in human sexuality. So, thank you very much for joining us today as we explored the world of masturbation, debunked a couple of popular myths, and hopefully celebrated sexual well-being, giving you the confidence to know that masturbation is normal and healthy and something that you should be doing. It is about understanding your body, knowing what you like and what you don't like, and it is key to having a fulfilling sex life and communicating that with a partner. If you're tired of feeling uncertain in the bedroom and want to boost your confidence, then please check out the webinar link for the Sexual Mastery Programme in the description box below. So it really is time to reclaim your sexual power and embrace pleasure without shame. So don't forget to click that link and have a little look at the webinar. Also, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more content like this one. But until next time, take care of yourselves. Thank you very much for watching, and bye bye for now.